Keep trekking. It's not just a channel, it's an adventure. Just a couple of Yorkshire lads from the God's own county who likes to get out into great outdoors. Trekking the paths and fells this ancient land has to offer us, from the beautiful trails of the Yorkshire Wolds Way to the great northern path of Hadrian's Wall, to the great walks in Derbyshire of the Bonnie Prince Charlie Walk, to the Scottish Highlands of the Rob Roy Way and the great Pennine Way. So get your boots on and come with us. Let's go. Welcome to Keep Trekking. Welcome back if there's been a four.
Morning.
Today we're on a wee bit of a road trip. Where are we going?
Marston Moor.
Marston Moor, not the Huddersfield one.
No.
This is near Tockwith. In 1644 there was a battle.
Aye.
And we're going to go and explore. Today we're just at the services on the way up towards Leeds. So we're going to go and get some scran because we've had nothing to eat yet.
Yep.
And then we're going to head up to Marston battlefield. Catch you in a bit.
Bye.
See you later.
Here we are, Marston Moor. It is the 2nd of July 1644, the greatest battle of the English Civil War, or the War of the Three Kingdoms, happened here, between the parliamentary forces and the royalists. It was a huge battle and eventually lost. I'm just going to read you something actually. In July 1644, the fields around you saw the biggest battle in the Civil War fought between the King and the Parliament for control of the country. The war began in 1642 and its first phase lasted until 1646. In April 1644, Scottish and parliamentary forces besieged York. The King's nephew and cavalry commander, Prince Rupert, led a royalist army to relieve the city. Rupert wanted to give battle, so advanced after his retreating enemies, who were decided to stand and fight on Marston Moor.
So where I'm standing at the moment, at the back of me is where the royalist forces was, commanded by Prince Rupert of the Rhine. It was somewhere over there where that tree line is. That's where this post was. The cavalry was on either side, so running out that trees would have been where Prince Rupert had his command post. And I don't you see the little house on the far side of the road? That's where Oliver Cromwell and his cavalry were. But this was the main force. All this area you can see at the back of me would have been where the royalists was. Now the parliamentarians obviously was on that side. That's called Cromwell's Mount or Cromwell's Lump, that tree at the top. Don't know why, because Cromwell wasn't even up there. But presumably he's the most famous face, apart from Thomas Fairfax, who was actually the commander of the parliamentarian forces back on that day, the 2nd of July 1644. The whole area must have been one massive, I wouldn't even like to think, just butchery. Like Phil was saying earlier, it was probably the biggest battle. There was 17,000 troops on the parliament, on the government side, on the royalist side. Who knows how many troops the parliamentarians had. But you can, if you're looking at this landscape, you can see that that's clearly sloped down. So the Parliament definitely had the upper hand on this one, which probably cemented the battle. they was on the higher ground and was looking down on the royalist forces. We'll have a wee walk around and see if we can actually go in to any of these places. I'm not sure because they are private fields. We'll see if there's any tracks we can have a stumble around. But just being in this place, it's a very sombre place. You can feel the emotion here. There was once a person, I once read a story that a guy one evening was driving along this road at the back of me, and he says a Civil War dressed soldier walked across the road in front of him. So he stopped the car thinking, oh, it's a reenactment, but there was no reenactment going off. But when he stopped his car, possibly where we've parked across the road there, he got out and had a look and he couldn't see anybody. Apparition maybe, who knows? But these battlefields have got to have some sort of presence still remaining. Must have somewhere. We're going to have a look around and see what else we can see. They are just fields, so you're not expecting much. But this obelisk, call it, was built by the Cromwell Association. It was opened on the 1st of July, obviously the day before the anniversary of 1939. So it wasn't much off the date really, and the anniversary. So it was restored in 1973. It's a beautiful monument to such a sad event. So we'll have a look around, like I said. But the farmer has just gone in his field across there, as you can see. So maybe not be able to get into that field today. Hopefully we'll be able to see something. Let's have a ponder. So on that day, the parliamentarian forces was made up with different units, obviously, as an army is. The Yorkshire forces was led by Sir Thomas Fairfax, who was actually the commander-in-chief of the whole parliamentarian army at that time. Oliver Cromwell's Ironsides was on the left flank, and the Scottish forces, yes, Scottish forces, the Covenanters, was led by the Earl of Leven, and the, was it Manchester Regiment?
Yeah.
The Manchester Regiment, the Whitecoats, was the Earl of Manchester.
Work that one out.
Work that one out, yeah. On the Royalist side was made up of Prince Rupert's field army and the Earl of Newcastle's Northern Army. So, like I said, there were 17,000 men. But history does exaggerate sometimes, we know that. We'll never know the exact numbers, but we're not sure how many Cromwell's troops had. Or should have said Fairfax's troops. But it must have been quite a lot. I should imagine they're pretty much even Stevens. Maybe, I don't know.
I think I read something earlier, something nearly 20,000.
Nearly 20,000.
Yeah.
So it's not much difference within 3,000 men, is it? When you're talking about a battle. It's a shame we can't go into these fields. They are private fields, unfortunately. But the lump I was saying, which was Cromwell's lump, which is that set of trees, that's where the baggage train was. You can imagine how far back, because that's obviously at the rear of the army, how vast the army must have been. I mean, I'd have loved to have been an invisible man sat up on that field somewhere back then to watch this unfold. That'd have been amazing. In a historical way. Not that people are getting butchered, shot, killed, stabbed, whatever. That would have been a bit gruesome, but just to see these ancient battles unfold, it would have been unbelievable, to be fair. What do you think? What's your thoughts, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, these things have shaped what we are now. I mean, you know, the king is no longer in complete control. It's
the divine rule, divine right of royal rule.
Yeah.
The kings and that, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, as a ceremonial monarch, what we've got today, really, a constitutional monarch, all come from this type of thing, you see. So, yep, amazing. It's just a nice, it's a lovely day as well, it's beautiful. I don't know what the weather was like on that day, but I should imagine in July it should be quite hot. Hot and sunny. But just being here, you can just soak it in. It's like when we went to Towton like a couple of years ago, last year before. That was very eerie. And don't forget, that was an even more bloodier battle than this one. And that's not a million miles away from here, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just hope we never see this type of thing again. Although all over the world at the moment, it ain't good.
Well, it was a bit of a rout, if you can say that, with about 4,000 royalists being killed, as to several hundred parliamentarians. So you can say, you know, it was a big defeat, and it changed England's history, and it led to England becoming the first republic. So yeah, big defeat, changed history completely, and brought us to where we are now with a parliament and a ceremonial king, really.
So the battle here at Marston Moor started about 7 p.m. on the 2nd of July 1644. It lasted for approximately 2 hours. Now that's a long time for a battle, really. Especially back then, when there was usually over within half an hour to 40 minutes. I'm surprised that there's only 4,000, I know it's a lot, isn't it? 4,000 people on one side and several hundred on the Parliament side. 2 hours, I thought there might have been more. So the battle says 2 hours, but they probably had battle, standoff, regroup, and then attack again maybe. I don't know. I'm not an historian, neither of us are historians, we just love history and we find little bits of information. We're going to find, or try and find, a church that's got some graves in it. Now obviously somewhere on this battlefield must be a mass grave pit somewhere, because they didn't take the dead one with them, apart from the commanders and the earls and the dukes and all that, what used to obviously get taken back, proper buried. But the normal general soldiers, the lackeys, was just mass graved. Now somewhere on this battlefield, maybe on this side, or that side, that's the parliamentarian side, there must be some mass grave somewhere. Now I've not heard any information, read anything about where mass graves have been found. Surely after all these years they would have done. There's archaeology societies have all looked at these grounds, these battlefields. If anybody knows any information on that, please drop us a comment in the comments below, that'll be much appreciated. We're going to go now, like I said, to try and find this church. I think it's an earl that fought here and died. He's buried. I'm not quite sure. We're going to leave Long Marston battlefield. It's a shame we can't have a walk around. They are private fields. So we're going to get back in the car and have a wander. But you just have to look around at this place and you can sense it, that some tragic event here happened. I mean, I've walked a million fields, maybe not a million, but a lot. And there's only these type of places, probably because I know what it was. Maybe I get that sensation. But just being here and having a look around, you can sense that some tragic event happened here. It really is a somber place. So on both sides, you know, rest in peace wherever you are and wherever you're resting. Right, let's go and have a look for this church. Now we're here at the ancient church in Bilton in Ainsty. You can see that's a very old church. We'll just see if we could see any graves that might have been of one or two of the survivors, maybe, of the battle. We haven't found anything yet, but what a beautiful church. Absolutely stunning. We'll have a keep looking round, see if we can see anything. But not seen anything as yet. I'm just looking at the stonework, and that's definitely an old church. It's an ancient church, it says. We'll have a quick look round and see if we can see out. Unfortunately, we couldn't see any. It's disappointing, so I think we'll move on to another one. I know in one of the churchyards around here, one of the commanders is actually buried. I'm not sure which one. But it was worth coming just to have a look at this wee church. Beautiful construction. Very old. Very old. Now, not long since in this video, I was talking about the burial pits where the men would have been buried on the battlefield. Now, an archaeology society think they've discovered it. I've just read a bit of information. I think they may have discovered it, called White Syke Close, and they've done an aerial shot of the old battlefield, and it appears that one of the fields is sunken, which does represent some sort of burial pit. Now, they've not done any digging or anything. Obviously they've got to get permission for that, and I don't think they have, but it possibly the site. So it's White Syke Close. Now, I don't know where that is. I've tried to look on a map and I can't find it, so I'll only have to do the research when I get back, but we're still going to have a look for this church. So unfortunately we've tried Tockwith, nothing there. This is the All Saints Church at Ruffeth, and there's nothing here either. So if anybody does know any information about any Civil War grave of a commander around these parts, please drop us a comment. We'd love to know, find more information. Not a bad church, but that weren't built till 1894 here at Ruffeth. R-U-F-F-O-R-T-H, Ruffeth, something like that anyway. No disrespect them people that live here, I just can't pronounce it. 1894, All Saints Church. So, I think we'll have a little bit look at some more information, see what else there is. If not, we'll have a ponder back. Catch you in a minute. So we've had a look at some more information. There's not really anything else we can see. Unfortunately, we couldn't have a walk around the battlefield. It was all private land, and there was nobody we could get permission from. And I doubt that they give it as any road. It's all farmers' fields. They are actually cultivating. That's the word. So we're going to end the video here. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's been something different. I do like doing these battlefields.
Yep.
We'll be out on a trek next time. So thank you very much for watching.
Yep, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
So keep trekking. Trek on. J-Art.
Hello.
Till next time. Ta-da! It's a nice church though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad wee church. Ta-da, guys.
Yeah.